We are excited to introduce a groundbreaking initiative that redefines sustainable agriculture and climate resilience, the Periclimate Agricultural Technology Park. The Periclimate Agricultural Technology Park is strategically positioned within the Calgary metropolitan region, one of Western Canada's most dynamic innovation and logistics corridors. This location offers unparalleled advantages. The opportunity involves the acquisition of a 160-acre ex-Hutterite colony at below appraised value, creating immediate equity and a strong foundation for growth. The existing buildings total over 100,000 square feet that will be repurposed into functional buildings designed for technology innovation. The Tech Park will create a collaborative environment for technology development and demonstration on a global scale. The revenue model is twofold. First, generate income through rental agreements with technology developers and demonstration partners who will be situated at the park. Second, leverage government grant support for sustainability and emissions reduction initiatives. In addition, investors will financially benefit as the park is expected to appreciate significantly as renovations are completed, creating increased equity value. This is more than an investment. It's a chance to shape the future of green tech and climate resilience. Once renovations are complete, the park will become an aesthetically pleasing addition to the County of Rocky View. In addition, it will generate greater revenue for Rocky View County through an expanded tax base. The main focus of the park is to focus on methane emission reduction, particularly from the landfill and agricultural sectors. Alberta has made major strides in methane emission reductions in the oil and gas sector. Further reductions are becoming more difficult and expensive to achieve. Unfortunately, on a global scale, others have not shared Alberta's sense of urgency, and methane emissions continue to rise. Alberta-based innovations in the landfill and agricultural sectors promise to make immediate impacts on global methane emissions that promise to offset the entire global emissions from the oil and gas sector. Alberta alone has the innovative potential to help offset significant methane emissions globally in the landfill and agricultural sectors that, when applied to Alberta's carbon ledger, will make Alberta a carbon net zero province. Eco-Growth Environmental Inc., a main sponsor of the technology park, has developed methane abatement projects in Africa and looks to expand the number of projects globally. These Alberta-inspired reductions will place Alberta at the forefront of global climate action. Eco-Growth. Environmental's business model is predicated on developing climate solutions across a wide spectrum of the economy. Take the problem of the popular single-use coffee pods. When disposed of in landfills, they decompose anaerobically into methane, a potent greenhouse gas 87 times more potent than carbon dioxide. After studying the problem, Eco-Growth developed a solution. A system to mechanically separate the organic coffee from the plastic pod was developed and implemented at Executive Mat Services' Calgary processing plant. The organic coffee is converted to a wood-like pellet and is used to heat the processed laundry water within Executive Mat's plant. Meanwhile, the plastics recovered are extruded into dimensional lumber for use to make benches and garden planters. As a community waste reduction initiative, Eco-Growth partnered with Sage Hill Bottle Depot in Calgary and Executive Mat Service to develop a single-use coffee pod collection and transport logistics system to keep as many pods from landfill as possible. Eco-Growth has also studied commercial compost operations. Windrow compost piles, unless properly managed, are no better than a landfill and are a major source of methane emissions. The Sentinel-5 precursor satellite, using the high-tech tropospheric monitoring instrument, has produced methane emissions data from landfills that prove landfill methane emissions are significantly greater than what has been previously reported. Eco-Growth has developed a technology that rapidly dehydrates wet organic wastes. The dried material left over can be converted to wood pellets or blended into soil as a nutrient-dense soil additive. These systems are scalable and have been deployed from coast to coast in Canada. Eco-Growth has plans to offer curbside organics pickup in surrounding urban markets to expand the landfill methane avoidance initiative. The park will see the decommissioned pig barns converted to agricultural processing warehouses. These barns will provide 64,000 square feet of space to accommodate a wide range of methane abatement initiatives. This will provide space required for eco-growth to develop a demonstration processing line to process organic waste to support a community-based curbside organics program. The space will also accommodate an expansion of the single-pod upcycling line to further abate landfill methane emissions. Another agricultural problem that has been identified is flax stubble that is typically burned in the fields. Although this method does not contribute to methane, it is a waste of potential energy given the high energy density of flax stubble. A flax stubble line may also be incorporated into the park to expand the amount of biomass available for pellet creation. The decommissioned feed plant will be converted into a biomass pellet plant. Wood-like pellets will be stored in available silos. Dehydrated biomass from dehydrating wet organic waste and upcycled flax waste will be augured from the processing warehouses directly into the pellet plant. Biomass pellets will be supplied to clients in the surrounding area as an energy-dense and carbon net-zero low-cost energy source. The park will also address the issue with methane emissions associated with cattle farming. In East Africa, where manure management is not practiced, a single cow could produce 2.7 kilograms of methane gas emissions per day. That is the equivalent to 235 kilograms of carbon dioxide. Asparagopsis, a type of seaweed, has been synthesized by an Alberta tech company. Blending just 0.2% by dry weight into the daily feed of a cow could reduce methane emissions by as much as 90%. If just 5% of the world's cattle farms were to adopt this feed technology, it would offset Alberta's entire oil and gas industry's methane emissions. Recognizing that goats are a ruminant animal similar to cattle means research can be conducted on an easier-to-manage animal. A section of the park will be dedicated to perfecting this feed additive technology. This technology promises to open global export markets and help diversify the Alberta economy. Other areas of interest in the park will be a focus on healthy nutrition. Foods we buy in produce sections and grocery stores have been proven to be void of many of the nutrients we expect. One of the chicken barns will be renovated to an indoor farm where nutrient-dense foods will be grown. Alberta developed narrow-spectrum LED lighting will be incorporated into the indoor farm to demonstrate the cost benefits of this technology. The park will also include 10 housing units. Each unit comprises 6 bedrooms. Staffing for the park will be housed on site to reduce Scope 3 carbon emissions associated with the employee commuting. The park will also set aside living quarters and meaningful skills training and employment for those disadvantaged. Offering a helping hand up will involve supervised work assignments in buildings throughout the park. The park will also offer recreational facilities to promote healthy lifestyles. The recreational facilities will be opened up to residents in the area, including the nearby town of Crossfield. This will promote healthy, active lifestyles and generate revenue to help ensure financial sustainability. The park will also develop classroom training facilities to complement hands-on training. For the workers from disadvantaged backgrounds, we plan to incorporate humanoid robot instruction capability. Programmed to detect and work with the person's intellect level, the technology will improve the future employment prospect for the worker once they leave the Periclimate program. The old Hutterite school will be converted for this purpose. Other buildings will be renovated to the specifications of the renting company. This will include EcoGrowth's new corporate office. Additional buildings will be converted into shared use space and communal laboratory facilities. The park is currently self-sufficient with 16 wells, feeding fresh water to the park. A wastewater treatment system is also situated on site. A large-scale diesel generator is included for backup power in the case of electricity disruption. There are plans to introduce low-cost, carbon-neutral biofuels to generate the electricity needs of the park. As interesting climate-related technologies emerge, we will invite them to the park. The resources we offer will assist with bringing another Alberta innovation technology to market. Periclimate is a bold vision for the future, where economic growth and environmental stewardship go hand in hand. By creating a hub for agricultural innovation, we empower communities to develop climate-smart solutions, foster sustainable practices, and drive economic opportunity. This initiative is not just about technology. It's about caring for the earth, caring for ourselves, and caring for others, ensuring that progress benefits both people and the planet.